Oh my days. I mean, so much XP from just potatoes. This is insane. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm SubSyde, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build an easy early game potato XP farm. And if you want to be kept up to date on all the latest Minecraft builds, farms and redstone contraptions, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now let's get to the build. So you're not going to need a lot of materials for this build. All you're going to need are one furnace, 2 chests, 2 hoppers, some fuel to cook your potatoes, and roughly, well, a minimum of 6 stacks of potatoes. Now the best place to find potatoes would be at a village. So if you found a village and they've got potatoes, you want to take them potatoes, replant them, and keep doing that over and over until you've got yourself a decent amount of stacks. But the most effective way to get potatoes is to build your own farm rather than using the ones you find at villages. And to do that, you need to find a nice space, 9 by 9 area if you can. I'm going to guess somewhere in the middle, say about here. We're going to dig a hole, place a bucket of water, and what you want to do is once you fill this hole with water, you want to use your hoe on 4 blocks coming away from that square. So we're going to do that in every direction. So 4 from each one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4. Now we just need to fill in the gaps between. Once you've done that, next thing to do is to plant your potatoes. And once you've done that, you just have to wait for these to grow. Maybe you could have this close to your base, so whilst you're doing some other stuff, maybe some other builds or whatever, this could be growing in the meantime. And if you wanted to, if you had enough potatoes, you could make several of these to speed up the process. But for me, I'm in creative, so I'm just gonna spawn in some potatoes because it's going to be a long video otherwise. So the build itself is fairly straightforward. Like I said, all you're going to need is 2 chests, 1 furnace, 2 hoppers, and about a stack of dirt. You won't even need a stack, half a stack will do. Some fuel to cook the potatoes, and like I said, a load of potatoes. So to start, you want to place down your chest anywhere you want. This is going to be like a 2 block wide, 3 or 4 block tall build. Grab your hopper, maybe stick this in the front of your chest. You want the chest to be behind the build. Next, crouch and place a furnace on top of your hopper. Maybe grab your dirt, build up a little bit for the next step, because you want to crouch and place a hopper in the top of the furnace. And then grab your final chest and you want to place that on top of the hopper like so. Doesn't matter which direction your chests are facing, just make sure the top hopper is going into the top of the furnace, and the bottom hopper, as you can see, is going into the bottom chest. Next, you want to open up the chest at the bottom, and you're going to place in your dirt. You're going to place 1 dirt in each section. So place them in like so, just making sure it's all full. Like I got 37 left over, so you definitely don't need a full stack. But it doesn't have to be dirt, it can be any block you want. Just make sure it's full to the top. Our next step would be to put our potatoes in the top chests. So I'm just going to put in whatever potatoes I have on me. And as you can see, that's going to start funneling through into your furnace. As you can see, it's coming into the top section there. Next, you want to grab your fuel and just pop your fuel in. It could be anything, it doesn't have to be coal. You could use whatever fuel you prefer to use. And the reason we need 6 stacks of potatoes in particular is because you're going to need 5 to fill up the spaces in the hopper. So you're going to have to wait for each of these slots to fill up completely with potatoes. So rather than waiting for that to completely cook all 5 stacks, this is one I prepared earlier. As you can see in the furnace, it's already stacked with full baked potatoes. If I come around the back, you've got the dirt in the chest. It doesn't matter that there's 2 in some of them. It does make a difference. As long as potatoes can't go in this chest, you should be fine. The hopper, as you can see, is full with baked potatoes, but we're not going to touch these. Those can stay in there. And really quickly, just before we get into how to use this, I just want to do a quick shout out to a few random subscribers. So a quick shout out to Xvece, BeeSafe and Suslord. Thank you for the support, thank you for subscribing. And remember guys, if you want a chance of a shout out, make sure you subscribed and give the video a like. To use this, I'm going to quickly jump into survival mode so we can see how quick my levels will go up. Okay, so now we're in survival and I've reset my levels. So let's see how quickly we can get this to level 30 by just using one furnace and potatoes. And just another thing, you don't have to wait for this to go up to 64. It'd be more beneficial to take this out one by one as they're getting cooked, making sure you exit the furnace after each one. So let me show you. So the first one, you could take the 64 if there's 64 in there, and what you're going to do is back out. As you can see, I'm level 8 already. We're going to go back into the furnace, wait for that to smelt another potato. So we got another big potato, take that out, and we're level 12. So I'm going to keep doing this to see how many potatoes it'll take to get to level 30. So I'll do that in a bit of a time lapse. Level 29 and one more, and we got to level 30. So level 30 took us the first initial stack, which we can count as 1 because it gives it the same amount of XP to take 1 out as it does to take a stack of 64. So 13 potatoes in total will get you from 0 to level 30. And you can keep going on and keep doing this as much as you want. See level 31. This works great as an early game XP farm. I mean, if you haven't got the materials to build the Kelp XP farm like you've seen in my other videos, this requires sticky pistons, standard pistons, a bit of redstone, and some smokers rather than furnaces. This one is definitely more efficient, but as an early game XP farm, this isn't too bad either. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, leave a like rating on the video and maybe consider subscribing. It helps the channel loads, and we're about to hit 6,000 subscribers, which is insane, and I can't thank you all enough. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.